me to move?
No, you're fine.
Here's yours.
Oh, thank you.
How you doing? You guys are hooked up to Fox, aren't you? TBS, Fox and Kate. Do it pretty much the same way. All of Fox. It's just a chain, though, it's embarrassing. Bring attention to this little town. We're such a great town. Lived here for 40 years. Never had any problems. I did not see some. Don't you still pretty?
Hey, just for everyone.
Sit behind you.
That's over there.
Hey, Gary.
Thank you very much.
I got a lot, and I wish you guys could come.
I thought I had a lot.
Well, evidently.
Oh, you're here. You must have a lot. With us.
Yeah, the more the merrier, I absolutely, except for let's drag the whole, let's tell the whole world. Yeah. Make sure.
What are those other things, Jim?
It's probably Nancy's report, I think. I don't know.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't know. I said, I thought it was this guy. He said, no. I said, yeah. I don't know. Who does everything?
Oh, that's Darryl Stokes.
Hand me one of those, would you, Diane? Thank
What
you.
are those?
I don't know, we'll see.
Scott's. Liberty,
Take your shirt.
Oh, okay.
yeah, man. His wife, what's your wife's name?
Tammy.
Tammy.
Yeah, I met him one day. Yeah.
Yes.
This is my sister, Shirley Watson. Shirley Watson and Lily Brown.
Really?
Out here on Main Street, just about two
Wow.
houses down.
Okay.
Lily's about 5 houses down.
No, is there a fox also that lives on the most outside road? Oh. Okay. Daryl Strokes. S-T-R.
Hi, how was it? You got a slide? Is it like pumpkin or not? All right. Okay.
Sir, is this thing on yet?
It's a combination?
Yeah,
Somebody over there. No, I'm not gonna get set up. They only got 40.
to tip you off, two guys back in the back corner are gonna jerk a bin side out tonight. I don't know whether you want to be able to turn around and do it. Yeah, that's perfect. All right.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order, and we'll have the roll call.
Carol? Here. Aaron? Vanessa? Here. Dave?
Yep.
Seth?
Yep.
Okay, everybody should have a copy of the minutes of the previous meeting. Motion by Karen and seconded by Carol, that we accept the minutes as presented. And we do a roll call vote, please.
Carol?
Could you speak up just a little bit? Some of us are a little hard of hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
And Seth?
Yep. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. Everyone should have a copy of the treasurer's report.
I make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
Motion by Carol and seconded by Dave that we accept the treasurer's report. We'll do a roll call vote, please.
Carol?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Vanessa?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Seth?
Yeah. Okay, the next item on the agenda is bills. Seeing the treasurer's report, the bills that were presented.
Is the Gold Star FS for the parking?
Yes.
For what? Oh, the summer. And then was the payment to Levadeer that was made, that, so that's, it's on here, but it's not subtracted in?
That's correct.
Okay.
We have not received any grant monies for that payment yet.
Okay, so that's.
So they're kind of advising us that we need to come up to our share on that.
What is our share?
They gave us two options, either the full 69.30 or else the reduced amount of 41,184.35 would match 25% of what's been done so far. And that's
Can't
so
hear
far.
you. Would you speak
No, we
louder?
can't hear a thing.
They said so far that we haven't received, they haven't received a matching part of ours.
What was the 25%, 41 what?
41, 184.35. That'd be our leverage, they call it.
So the 41 just matches the 25%?
Yes, it would just match, exactly. So we need to act on that this week,
Right now.
if we could,
Yeah.
yes, because the grant writer mentioned that, he needs to have good principle, or, good.
That makes sense. Does does that come from the loan?
It would be long,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So is that part, first we approve the unpaid bills and then we address that, or do we?
Yes.
So we'll address that later on in the payment application, right? Does that
See
answer,
that project?
answer your question?
Yes. Well, it'll be after we approve the bills, yes.
Well, I make a motion that Gary pay the bills, minus the 69,000 contingent upon getting that grant.
Maybe even the loan.
Right. I'll second.
There's a motion by Carol and second by Karen that we pay the bills contingent on paying all portion of the 69,000. Do a roll call vote, please.
Carol,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Seth.
Yep.
Okay, now, we have two choices that were presented to us by the grant writers.
That we could pay the total of the Lavender bill. And then that would, we wouldn't have to go back to the bank quite so quick, or else we could pay that 41,184.35, which is 25%, which matches 25% of what the project is up to small.
And the 69,000 is, but we had to pay what, half of that, or how much did we have to pay of that grant?
We are 25% of the, we pay 25%, the grant people pay 75%.
Okay.
And they've, of course, been doing more work and like that, so MSA has another bill in this batch here, I think it was. And then, of course, Lavender, I'm sure will have another bill too. I haven't seen anything from them.
Was there any repercussions from the loan, if you paid 41,000?
No. I mean, we can pay whatever we want. I mean, you know, he said we could either do the 41 or else, you know, pay the full bill.
The 41,000 would be 25% of what has been spent to date.
We're gonna have to get into it again, it's just a matter of time.
That's correct.
So what's the advice? I mean,
That's up to the board.
Yep, that's what I choose to do. Yep.
Is 69,000 going to be more than 25% of the whole bill?
No.
No, thank you. No.
So if we pay the 61,000 or 69,000, then
Did you hear anything?
we're paying ahead a little bit.
Well, pay that, we paid that, we got burned on that.
Take your chairs, move right up the table so they can listen.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Take your chairs, move right up the table.
We paid ahead on
Do
the
it.
engineer, we got.
If there's no repercussions between the 69 and the 41, I think we should spend the 41.
Are you making that motion then?
That's my opinion.
Are you making that motion?
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion to pay the 41,000, 25%.
I'll second it.
We got a motion by Seth and a second by Dave that we pay 41,
184.35.
184.35, which would be our 25% match of the work that's been done to date. Do a roll call vote, please.
Who's it, Susan? Who's got the line?
Dave?
Dave. Vanessa, there you go.
Take a minute.
Carol? Karen?
Yes.
Vanessa?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Seth?
Okay. The next item on the agenda is CDF project authorization for payment. That's from MSA. That is $2,560 to be paid with CDF funds. Nick couldn't be here with us this evening to go through some of this stuff, so he's provided us with that amount and with the CDF, he wants to pay with the CDF money, so that is something that we need to address through board action.
And that's the same 2,560 that's in unpaid bills or in addition to that?
It's in the other big deal.
Okay. Just so everybody knows what CDAP is, that's the grant.
That's the
what we
grant
call
money.
it grant, okay.
Yep.
Well, I make a motion that we pay it out of the grant money, the $2,560.
I second.
We have a motion by Carol and a second by Vanessa that we pay the $2,560 with CDAP grant funds to MSA Professional Services. We'll do a roll call vote, please.
Carol?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yes. Seth?
Yep.
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. This is their, okay, the next item on the agenda is the contractor payment application. This, I believe, is payment number 4, according to Nick. The total that they are billing us for at this time is $88,470. And according to what Nick says, that the work is continuing. I know that the new tank is in the building and part of the electrical stuff is in. So we should be getting close to being complete here by the deadline date. And that's where we're at right now.
So what's that application say for percentage of completion?
Well, I don't see it on here, Dave.
I'm just curious of where we were at on our payment compared to where they were at the completion. If we're 80% complete and 80% paid, or if we're paying ahead or behind, or is that the schedule values, that second sheet?
Well, yeah, schedule values, yes.
So on the back, on the last page at the bottom, it should show the scheduled percentage complete to date and paid to date?
No, it doesn't.
He'd have probably said so, he'd have probably said what we wanted.
Yeah. Says work continues to move along, and the original gentleman who started out as Tim Lip with Lavalier is no longer with them, and a new project manager has taken this project over for the contractor, so it doesn't say any percentage or anything.
So we just need to approve that
Right,
pay request.
yep. $88,470.
And that comes from the grant, since we had
Yes.
the others taken, okay.
Why couldn't Nick be here?
He had a previous engagement.
I move we approve this payment application. I second.
Motion by Karen and seconded by Carol that we approve the contractor's application for payment in the amount of $88,470. We'll do a roll call vote.
Carol?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yes. Dave?
Yes.
Seth?
Yep. Okay. The next item on the agenda is our village attorney. As most of you know, Phil Steele has been the village attorney for a number of years. He has requested the village maybe alter another attorney because he is wanting to slow down and not work so much. So we've done some calling around and some checking, and we have a gentleman here with us this evening that is interested in becoming the village attorney. This is Andy Youngquist, and I'll let Andy speak for himself.
I'm pleased to meet you all tonight. Again, my name is Andrew Youngquist. I'm a partner with Steele, Pratt & Pratt in Monmouth.
I can hear you.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I represent a number of local governmental units in Warren County, Henderson County, and Mercer County, including Lexus Fire Protection District, and the City of New Boston, City of Keysburg, Village of Kirkwood, Village of Biggsville, Village of Gladstone, a number of communities. So I'm experienced in local governmental unit issues, municipality issues, and I appreciate you reaching out to me, and I would look forward to working with you if you chose to appoint me as village attorney.
Does anybody have any questions for Andy?
Would you be available to come to meetings if we saw?
Generally speaking, yes, ma'am. This date is available to me. I have, like I said, a number of my local governmental units likely to come to their meetings. This day of the month is available, so if you wanted me to come, I would be available. I do charge for the portal, in other words, paying you to drive from Monmouth here and back to attend the meetings, but if you feel like that you want me here, I'd be glad to be here.
Is it typical for small villages to have you there all the time?
My clients do everything, the whole range. I have some, my villages want me there every meeting. Some of my villages rarely see me. It's up to the client.
What about your fee?
I bill at $190 an hour.
And then when you say you bill portal, the portal is that plus the hourly rate?
No, that just means when I leave the office door in Monmouth, my clock for you would start.
Oh,
And it runs until I get back at the end of the night. far as billing, I bill quarterly. Municipalities start, their fiscal year starts May, so I do a May, June, July bill that you get in August. August, September, October bill you get in November and so on.
So we need to talk fast in this meeting.
That's what everybody says.
And you have the time to,
I do,
you serve a lot of communities, so.
I do.
So any other questions for Andy?
What did we pay for an attorney before? The hourly?
147.
210.
I think it's 210?
Just to get, oh.
Sound like a deal to me.
Oh, wait, did I say my rate's $250?
Well, what would the board like to do?
I say hire him.
Is that a motion?
I have a motion in it.
I second it.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by Karen that we hire Andy as the village attorney. We'll do a roll call vote, please.
Carol?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yes. Dave?
Yes.
Seth?
Yep. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Do we need to decide whether, do we need to talk about how often he's coming from now, or we're just gonna have this?
We can put it on the agenda.
Put it on the agenda, so we won't be here next time, we'll just talk about it next time when he's coming?
Really talking about, yeah. Okay, the next item on the agenda was brought up at last month's meeting. It was brought up that we might open each meeting with prayer.
Why didn't you?
Because we haven't voted it yet.
Oh, okay.
Discussion?
Well, did anybody look into if we can?
You can.
I did, too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the attorney's gonna be here, but yes.
The issue though is to not set up a scheme that you're intentionally excluding a particular sect or religion. For example, you couldn't invite every Christian minister to offer prayer, but then not invite a rabbi. If there was a rabbi in the community, or not, whatever. It has to be an open, neutral, non-sectarian approach to the choice of the prayer.
And anybody can do it, or do you have to have a pastor?
No, one doesn't have to be.
Nobody's gonna make me do it, right?
Not if you don't want.
What would you like to do?
I make a motion we allow meetings to open up with prayer, neutral prayer.
I second it.
We have a motion by Seth and a second by Carol that we open our meetings with neutral prayer. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is the Mercer County Animal Control Contract. We look at this contract on a yearly basis. We have a copy of it. Does it give any,
Did they raise their rates this year?
I don't know.
6171.
Well, that's the same amount that's on the new contract. 6171 per month.
if we don't renew the contract, they won't come at all,
No,
even if
they
any?
won't come over and drive around and see if there's any strays to be picked up, and you won't be allowed to haul animals to the animal shelter and leave them.
But if any individual citizen called and
I don't think.
said, I see a dog running around?
I don't know for sure, but I don't think if you do not have a contract with them, I don't think that anyone will show up.
Better have a contract then.
But that's, if you want definite answers to those questions, we'll have to, call over and see what we can find out.
I'd like to call them and ask them for sure, because that's a lot a month. I don't see them coming here and voluntarily driving around and helping us with the skunk issues or,
I don't know,
and I don't know if they could even do that in the first place, but you would think your taxes would go for something, besides having to pay a $61 fee a month. So, I think it's worth a call.
well, you wanna,
I made a motion that we table it until we find out more information.
So will we go a month now without coverage? Or are we up until?
that I don't know.
What's the contract?
Becomes effective September 1st.
So we don't have another meeting.
So,
Can you redo it, and then if you decide we don't want you anymore, then you can cancel it, or do you have, are you tied into it for a year?
I'm sure it's a contract.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
is
I'm
too.
thinking too.
I mean, I don't know. Just curious, I guess. I think it's a huge issue, but.
What would you like to do, folks?
If we want coverage, we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Can we
I say we go ahead and renew it myself, but
renew it, but then next year, on the time that the contract's up, can we go a month before the final, so we have a decision, so we don't have to make a decision on, the win?
Well, you can either do it that way, or if you want to, you can renew the contract and call them tomorrow. And get the answers to your questions, and then you'll have your answers, but it'll still be.
well, I say I make a motion to renew the contract.
Second.
Any other discussion? We got a motion by Dave and a second by Carol that we renew the animal control contract. We'll do a roll call vote.
Carol,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Seth,
Yep.
Dave.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a donation to the village. We received a $500 donation from Jim Perlee. I think everybody has a copy of it was designated for the ballpark, electric lights. It's up to the board whether they want to use it for that or make another designation.
I make the motion we put it where he asked, please.
And it's for the electricity and not maintenance, correct? If I understand that right?
That's it.
Oh, fuel. I second it.
Motion by Dave and seconded by Carol that we use the donation from Belize to go to where Jim designated for it to go. We'll do a roll call vote.
Carol?
Yes.
Vanessa?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Yes.
Seth?
Yes. Okay. The next item on the agenda is a trustee resignation. I received this letter of resignation from Rick McCutcheon. Says, as of today, August 1st, 2014, I would like to formally announce my resignation of the position of trustee of the North Henderson Village Board due to continued unnecessary harassment by select village residents has not been an easy decision to make, as I have been a member of the board for several years. I apologize to my fellow board members. Respectfully, Rick McCutcheon.
One down, 5 to go.
Or, because I'm not going anywhere.
It's up to the board whether to accept it or not to accept it.
I make a motion that we accept it.
I'll say that.
What happens if you don't accept it? We can't make them do anything, right?
Candy board? Yeah, it is. We have a motion by
Vanessa?
Vanessa and a second to accept Rick's resignation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is removal of trustees. As far as I know, there will be none, but that's up to Andy to finish looking into the matter and advising the village as to what to do. So that's where we stand with that at this point in time. The next item on the agenda is to appoint new trustees, and as Rick resignation has just been voted on and approved, that's something that we will have to do in the very near future, as we don't have anybody right now. So if you have somebody you think that would make a good board member, like, we'll talk to them and see.
I asked Donnie McDraw if he was interested, and he seemed somewhat interested. I just haven't had a chance to go back and talk to him.
So Nancy, will you put that on the next agenda then?
So do we have to table that until next time, or that was just an announcement thing?
We don't have anyone that's volunteered or the board has looked at, so we'll table it for right now and deal with it next month. Okay, the next item on the agenda is public comment. We're ready for public
Okay, I
comment.
have one.
Shirley. Yes.
Whatever happened to Robert's Books of Rules, where you had the minutes of the previous meeting and the treasurer's report?
We did.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, it's on the agenda. We did that.
You didn't read it.
No. All the board members have copies of the minutes. They read them prior to the meeting.
And how's come we can't hear it?
If you want copies of the minutes from the previous meeting, we can get them for you.
Well, I wouldn't mind having copies.
Okay. And the treasurer's report, we went through.
If I had a computer, you could send it to me, but I don't.
Is the treasurer's report in the minutes?
No, it's separate.
Oh, okay, but that will be set on.
Any other public comment? Yes, sir.
Is the treasurer's report included in the minutes?
I'm John Kraft. Couple things before I get started on what I was going to say. The animal control contract, I would ask that you not forward any money to it or that contract because they have no authority to bill you for animal control. You're already paying for it in your taxes to the county. The county has no authority to bill for the service. They have to come out and provide the service, period.
That'd be good to know.
And if you're paying for 911 contract, cancel that thing too, because they can't bill for that. I'll go ahead and pay for that.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. Are you a resident of the village or?
No, I live about 3.5 hours south of here. Okay. Mr. McCutcheon, I applaud his resignation. He did what other people should be doing, except when he placed the blame on the citizens that were pointing out what some of the problems are. It's the responsibility of the citizens to point out problems. And if you're not eligible for office, I don't know any of you, so I'm not going to look at any of it. I don't know who to look at when I talk to them. So I just look at the point of order. If you're eligible for office, you should just resign.
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Black's Law Dictionary, I'm not a lawyer, but since we have one here, I'll quote the Black's Law Dictionary. When you're arrears in payment, that means you're late, or you make partial payments, meaning you don't pay the whole payment when it's due. And the Illinois Municipal Code, I'm sure you have this in the understanding of the letter on this, states that a person is not eligible to take the oath of office if they're in arrears of payment or payment of tax or other indebtedness, or if you're convicted of a felony, and further, you're not eligible to hold the office if at any time during your term of office, that could be one time, and I'm not looking at anyone in particular because I don't know your name. That could be one time that you don't pay your water bill, or if you have a municipal electric, you don't pay your electric bill. But I understand all this is more than one time. So if at any time during your period of office, your arrears in the payment of a tax or other indebtedness to the municipality. And go back to what arrears means. Failure to make a payment, making late payments, or making partial payments.
Are you representing somebody or passing through?
Representing myself, I operate Edgar County Watchdogs or Illinois Leaks. You can go to illinoisleaks.com if you want to read it.
I've read it.
But our whole interest is assisting other people in assisting their public bodies in following the law. Whether it be a county billing for animal control when they can't bill for it, they have no authority. Call them up and ask them to provide any statute when they can't. They won't be able to show you. They might show you an ordinance that they have, but that doesn't trump state statute. ETSB payments or for 911 billing, can't pay that. If you have a local fire department, might want to let them know.
I have to stop for just a moment. Mr. Brown, if you don't call order back here, we can't hear anything.
5 minutes.
His 5 minutes is enough, the other
I'm finished. Thanks for listening.
What did we listen to? You had your back to us.
I know, but I was addressing the council and not the
Who are you
citizens.
with?
Edgar County Watchdogs or Illinois Leaks. We're a watchdog organization that assists or people in assisting their local governments in following the law.
You're not with animal control.
No. And we look at, townships, water districts, counties, cities, state agencies, I mean, you name it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crowe.
Yes.
Stand over here, try to address everybody. My name is Kirk Allen, I'm co-founder of Illinois Lakes and Edgar County Watchdogs. We get asked to go to meetings all over the state, and this is nothing new. And I know we're not from here, and a lot of people will say, then they got no business here. What are they doing here? And I've heard those comments, and I appreciate those, but what I really appreciate is what I see here. Citizens. How many military vets have we got in here? Any?
Mayor.
Thank you for your service. It means something. We're a republic, and it's about the citizens, not just the residents. What's that?
Who's paying you guys?
Nobody's paying me, sir. Ignorance is only a sin when it's a preferred state of mind. Mayor, if you would, I would appreciate a point of order. If I have the floor and people continue to speak and interrupt, you have an obligation to hold the meeting in order. And I would ask that that be done when those events take place. For those that aren't familiar with the state of Illinois' laws, I'm glad that you've hired an attorney. He represents several other public bodies. There's a thing called Dillon's Rule. It means you can't do something unless the law gives you the power to do it. How many have ever read your municipal code that you're bound to? Anybody? I would encourage reading through there to learn what your powers and duties are, because those powers and duties will save you, I'm sorry to the attorney, they'll save you a lot of legal fees, because you can look in there and see exactly what can and can't be done, as in the animal control. And we've dealt with animal control in numerous counties all over the state. At the last meeting, and I'm assuming it was with the TV news, and that's why I'm here, because I saw this on the news clip, I believe it was the mayor said, we did some checking. And this was in regards to past due water bills and trustees holding their position. And it was only if they're extremely behind and no effort to pay. You won't find that language in the statute, sir. Who did you check with? No comment? Okay. That's the other side of the equation. With the Open Meetings Act, the public has a right to speak. You're not obligated to answer those questions during the meeting. And if you choose not to, that's fine. But as leaders in the community, you would think you would want to get information to the citizens that ask questions. There are some citizens, and here's why I'm here, because there's some people, and we see it with school districts especially, they will not go and speak at a meeting because their kids pay the price through the administration, or when the teachers or the school board, or whoever it is, when they speak out. People are afraid to speak out. When we're afraid to speak out and address our government, that's a problem. This isn't a personal harassment. It's not. It's our civic duty. You can call it what you may, sir, and I appreciate that. We're all entitled to our opinion. I have the floor. If you'd like to speak, you're welcome to come up when I'm done. Could you tell me how much time I have left, ma'am?
1 minute.
I just encourage that you look at the laws, follow the laws, and ask 2 questions of everything that comes before you. Says who, and with what proof? How many have been told something and you find out after the fact it's not true? I think all of us have experienced that. When you ask those 2 questions across the board, make people hold a statute in front of you and say, here's why you can or can't do it. He mentioned 911 billing. We see 911 centers billing counties all over the state, or billing fire departments for dispatching. It's completely illegal. And we've stopped it in a lot of counties. All we're asking is for compliance with the law and transparency. What we're seeing with overdue water bills is not compliant with the law. And it's not asking too much to be compliant with the law. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill.
I like what he said about ignorance, what people don't know. And when our water bills bills got 6 folded and 10 folded on us overnight. The Quad Cities people, they get upset over a 15% increase in their water bills. We had a problem, a minor problem, a flat tire on a John Deere tractor. And we went in debt, I don't know how much, we really don't know how much, for a Huffy. We took a perfectly good tank and made sure it got cut up and hauled off for scrap. It looked like the day it was stuck in 20 years ago. We had a water system today that was better than Bishop Hills and several towns around. They pay less for their water bills than we do now. We saw our water bills go 6 to 10-fold overnight.
I think you're.
And then, yeah, I'm correct. We were paying $18 a quarter. We went to 40. Some people are paying $80 and $90 a month.
That's when they used.
Sure, I got the floor. So that's just one of the things. I think we need to ask Nostradamus here. I mean, he was good at predicting that the pump was going to burn out. And then he showboated, Channel 8 News, served beans, you know, just like the other night, this showboat. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the town. It's embarrassing to your kids, the way you act. You act like a bunch of 2-year-olds. And why you're so concerned about other people's water bills, why that's your whole agenda. I take that retirement and enjoy it, enjoy life, instead of just harassing and picking on people all the time. Watchdogs, I don't know what watchdogs, the dog part is correct. The dog part's 100% correct. But I'll tell you what, this town I lived in for 40 years is a quiet, nice little village to live in. Raised my kids here. No problems, none soever. We get a couple implants and I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what's going on, but there's people that just act like, I mean, hateful, just hateful people that are twisted, are sick. And I mean, that's it.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
I disagree with everything he said.
Okay. Any other public comment?
Thank you, Shirley.
Yes.
I would love to. In regards to the transplant, and forgive me, but this village needs some input of some different thought. Because apparently it's been okay in the past that it's a part of the perks of being on the board is to not pay your water bill. So I'd like to see that change. And I'd like to see the people that haven't been paying their water bill on the board removed. And I think there's 22 people in this village that would like to see that happen. So I would like to ask the mayor once again to reconsider the fact that it's not just whether they are in arrears a little bit or they've taken care of their responsibilities. There's also a public cry here, and I think you need to hear it.
Thank you.
Did I use up my 5 minutes?
Yes.
All of them?
Yeah.
Because I was going to mention about lawn mowing and a $5 under the.
Any other public comment?
Yes, I have a public comment.
Okay.
During last month's meeting, I requested that one of the trustees look over the water billing to identify errors that I know exist. I haven't heard during this meeting, even though one of the trustees volunteered to do that, I haven't heard the result of it. So if you could just offer maybe a quick yes or no as to whether or not it was looked at, I'd appreciate it, Seth.
It was looked at, I'm not finished.
Okay. My second question, and I'll make this real quick, is after having reviewed a complete copy of the account histories for all of the water bills in this community for approximately the last 12 months, or since inception of your new billing system, I have identified gross errors, omissions, underbilling, and notations saying there are overbilling a few cents at a time. My question is to the treasurer, with this kind of report being generated from your new magnificent accounting system, How are you able to actually produce an accurate accounting of the water system? And as an example, can you tell me what the dollar amount is today for unpaid water bills? Well, you don't have to answer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're done, Bill. Any other public comment?
Oh, please.
Can I give a comment?
Yes.
Because I am one of the people that is being harassed about being off the board. Number one, I do not have a water bill in my name. My husband has lived in this town for 40 years. He has paid his bill every month. Has it been late sometimes? Yes. Matter of fact, I have one right here. I paid it after the new bill came out, but it is paid. When you look at our water bill, it says, if you pay after this date, pay this amount. That gives me permission, stupid on my part because it costs me more money, but it gives me permission that if I forget the bill or lay it aside, that I can pay it late. And I don't know why you shake your head, because it says right here, if you pay after this date, pay this amount. So that's...
May I respond, since that was
No, I
directed to
had
me?
my 5 minutes, you had it. The bill is not in my name.
It makes sense.
So, yeah, it does make a difference. It's not my bill. And it is paid. Every month has been paid every month for 40 years. This is North Henderson. This isn't Chicago or some big town. If somebody pays their bill 3 days late, you don't know how my finances are. You don't know when my paycheck comes. I pay my bills when the paycheck comes. And really, my water bill or any bill is none of your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it is.
Did I use up my 5 minutes?
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Anything else in public comment?
Yes, I have another comment to make.
No, ma'am, you've had.
Ron,
Ma'am, you've had an opportunity to speak.
Ron, may I speak, please? Or, I'm sorry, Mayor.
Go ahead.
All right. Actually, I hear all this talk about water bills and the legalities of things. I would like to maybe mention, or maybe bring up that the board potentially review some of these rules so that maybe we can make sure that everything is in order. I guess, what's the time frame on late billing? I never see a bill personally. My wife takes care of that. So I don't ever get to see that. I'm always working. So I would like to know what exactly is the late, does anybody know here?
You can't answer.
Oh.
I haven't seen
They
one
want to
that's
know
certified
when is a bill
because
late?
they're
How
losing
How many days?
After the 28th, then there's a $10 fee and a 10% fee.
Okay, the 28th, when are they issued?
Towards the first of the month, whenever.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if it was like a 10-day period or whatever. You had 10 days to pay it or something.
And then it's due the 28th of the next month. So if it's due the 28th and the bill comes out the 1st, you pay it the 2nd, you're late. Even if you pay it the 1st, the afternoon, you're late.
Okay.
Well, since Carol got to speak again, I'm going to speak again. It's called public money. It's our money. It's not your money. It's public money. Carol got to speak again.
Okay.
May I speak? Or maybe not?
We need a motion to adjourn.
Public comment, go for it.
Hey, wait,
Wait, we have public
I don't want,
You got a